For years, thousands of electronic gaming machines have quietly operated in the corners of Missouri's convenience stores, gas stations, and truck stops. Operators flooded the state with these devices by exploiting a specific legal loophole. Because the machines often featured a prize viewer allowing users to see the outcome before they played, operators argued they were games of skill rather than chance. This classification allowed them to bypass state gaming taxes and regulatory oversight entirely. That legal defense collapsed in February 2026. In TNT Amusements versus Torch Electronics, a federal court ruled that because the games still rely on random number generators and shuffled prize pools, they maintain a material degree of chance. The court definitively classified them as illegal gambling devices. Overnight, a lucrative, decentralized cash business became a massive legal liability. Following the federal ruling, Missouri Attorney General Catherine Hanaway initiated an aggressive, zero-tolerance enforcement pivot across the state. Retail owners who refuse to unplug their machines now face severe criminal stakes. Local prosecutors, working alongside the State Highway Patrol, are actively filing Class E felony charges against business owners hosting the unregulated devices. The state is also targeting the cash-heavy nature of the operators themselves, cooperating with federal agencies to investigate potential money laundering and banking irregularities. Surviving in Missouri's gaming space is no longer a matter of navigating local civil codes or paying municipal fines. Remaining in the unregulated market is a direct path to prison and permanent exile from the state's licensed gaming industry. As the gray market is dismantled, state legislators are racing to fill the void with House Bill 2989, also known as the Missouri Video Lottery Regulatory Act. This legislation strips regulatory oversight from a patchwork of local municipalities and transfers total authority over distributed gaming to the Missouri Lottery Commission. Under this new framework, every legalized video lottery terminal, or VLT, must be hardwired directly into a centralized state monitoring system. This constant connectivity provides the state with total visibility into gross wagers. It ensures transparent, automated tax collection, while neutralizing the money laundering risks associated with independent cash accounting. Missouri is deliberately trading an uncontrollable, untaxed black market for a highly trackable, state-monitored monopoly. Entering this newly regulated space requires significant capital. To prevent vertical monopolies and filter out small operators, the state mandates a $500,000 upfront operator licensing fee, followed by a $250,000 annual renewal. This chart shows the exact statutory mechanics of the new market's return on investment. First, the state requires that VLTs pay out 80 to 85% of total gross wagers directly back to the players. The remaining slice is the adjusted gross revenue. From that adjusted gross revenue, a 31% tax is extracted to fund the state lottery and public education, while another 3% is pooled for local municipal administration. What survives is the net terminal income. By law, this final amount is split exactly 50-50 between the VLT operator and the retail establishment hosting the machine. Operators must also absorb an administrative overhead fee of $1,250 per terminal annually. A portion of this fee is explicitly routed into an enforcement fund, effectively paying state police to hunt down illegal competitors. The staggering upfront costs and strict revenue splits are intentional. The legislation acts as a massive financial filter, designed to freeze out undercapitalized gray market route operators and reserve the locked-in yields for institutional investors. Capital alone does not guarantee a return. Profitability in the new regime requires securing compliant real estate long before the law takes full effect. House Bill 2989 enforces strict primary purpose standards. VLTs are heavily restricted to adult-oriented environments and explicitly banned from family entertainment centers or businesses targeting minors. The most lucrative eligible targets are high-volume commercial nodes, specifically truck stops situated on 3 or more acres that pump at least 10,000 gallons of diesel fuel every month. To prevent retail corridors from turning into mini casinos, the legislation imposes strict terminal caps. General retailers are limited to 8 terminals, while fraternal and veterans organizations receive a special exemption allowing up to 10 machines per location. Early acquisition of exclusive leases in these specific zoning corridors will determine who controls the state's market share over the next decade. For current operators, the immediate directive is to purge all physical and financial exposure to existing gray market machines. Defying the crackdown carries collateral damage far beyond a localized fine. The state is utilizing permanent lifetime bans from the Missouri Gaming Commission, cutting violators out of both commercial casinos and the new VLT industry forever. Prospective operators must begin consolidating the mandatory $500,000 capital requirements immediately to prepare for the state's upcoming and highly competitive licensing application window. The era of the decentralized, untaxed operator is dead. But the pending Missouri Video Lottery Act represents the most secure, high-yield, state-backed investment opportunity in the history of the market for those who can afford the buy-in.